lights on. It is raining. Such fun. 57 degrees, 6:09 p.m. in the Pacific Northwest. Let's see how bad the drive is. Oh, it would be helpful if I had the right glasses on, huh? Oh my God. Yeah, let's try to drive in the rain with low conditions with reading glasses on. All right. And away we go. Whoa. Let me tell you, it's just freaking disgusting out here. Never ceases to amaze me. Keep getting these flood warnings every 2 minutes. I think I already know that. Thank you very much. Hello, Devil Dog. Hello, Moose. Hello, Timmy. Hello, Tiger. Let's see how bad it is. Apparently, Highway 410 was closed due to water being across both sides of the roadway. I wanted to leave before it got dark out to go and get some sandbags, but that didn't happen. Asked the boss, hey, do you mind if I leave before it gets dark so I can get home broad daylight? To go and assess the situation and go get some sandbags. Oh, yeah, run the red light. What a dipstick. Anyway, yeah, went around me and just went right through. So, and he's like, yeah, sure, not a problem. Hour and a half later, he comes into my office. Oh, by the way, it's our turn to serve coffee tonight. I'm like, oh, really? Great, thanks. So, just everything just went awry today. And not looking forward to this drive. Had 3 detours in total. The river at Stuck Junction was just a gnat's ass away from going over. Didn't look absolutely horrible. I've seen it worse in my backyard, but when I got out onto the highway and down the ways a little bit to the little bridge, it was almost up past the vacant lot. I mean, it was into the vacant lot, and I had to stop for gas as well. And right across the street from the gas station, there's a house that's set away from the street, and they've got like a 60 by 60 trout pond in their front that basically takes over their entire front yard. The water was overspilling from the trout pond so bad that you couldn't even see the remainder of their front yard, let alone their driveway, which didn't look good at all. And I'm sure that there's probably going to be a lot of idiots out here driving around. So it's going to be interesting. Carpenito is a farm, and they've got this huge produce stand over in Kent, and they got land out there. And I got some video while I was on YouTube Police's live stream this morning, and the pumpkin patch itself was pretty much all underwater, except for the north end side. And there was just a big it was all underwater. And I realized, oh, that's totally closed down. They had it closed down. Timmy was like, "Don't go 272nd." I'm like, "What? No, I don't do that. I don't like that roundabout. I'm not fond of ring roads at all." And they don't have this light timed very well. It's like, okay, so it's a green light only to go this far to a red light to stop and then go again. It's like, why not just put a four-way stop there, for crying out loud? So this is beautiful Normandy Park, Des Moines area. This is the drive home. I don't like to get out on the freeway and mess around with that nonsense that takes me through the SeaTac area, SeaTac Tukwila South Center area. I don't like that one. Especially around the holidays with there being a large mall there. It's no fun at all. Hey, Greg. Yeah, so I think we got another day or two of this nonsense. I don't know if you saw some of the video that Timmy and I have been putting up. I think Timmy took video on Tuesday of the creek from the backyard. I took some this morning and uploaded it. And the radar, I did a couple days worth of radar. These atmospheric river events just positively suck. And it's December and it's 56 degrees at 6 o'clock at night. The sun's been down for a couple hours now, you know. That's just nuts thinking about it. It's unusually warm, very wet. But what I'm absolutely most concerned about is the spring melt. Because if this is happening down here in the lower foothills and so on, what's it doing up at the mountain? Because that Carbon Glacier is, you know, just at the end of our highway, and river, these creeks and streams and stuff, and we got that creek that's in our backyard that's almost eaten our house twice. Almost took out the koi pond. I mean, the koi pond was dangling by it, but or 2008. It was just shortly after Timmy and I got the house and moved in together officially as a couple. And we'd only been in the house for a very short period of time. Traffic data received. I don't understand what the traffic data received is, but okay. But that was like yeah, I know, I'm resetting it. Yeah, I know, I'm resetting it right now. There's that dead zone right there at the treatment plant. Maybe the stink from the treatment plant is causing the Wi-Fi outage. I don't know. Sorry, you can't get any signal here because it stinks too bad. Anyway, what I was saying is developed a little bit of PTSD from that last flood that we had, that big major flood that almost took out the corner of the house. I mean, it was like our house was like literally no more than 6 feet from the undercut, and that corner happens to be, you know, the master bedroom, right? I mean, we lost a lot of property. We used to be able to walk around this one tree, and now this tree is like, you know, on the very edge of the creek now. I think we lost like 60 feet out, and then, you know, 250 feet or something like that down you know, down the stretch there, to the corner. And it was, every time I hear the sound of the crashing water from this, what's normally a nice peaceful creek, and it sounds like you're at the frickin' ocean. I don't know if anybody has been out to the Pacific Ocean, but like out to ocean shores and stuff like that, but it's, you know, rather loud. And that's kind of what it sounded like. And that's what it's been sounding like the last 3 nights. So I've not been able to sleep very well at all because that noise, it's like, you know, when you go through a flood and you hear that noise, you just associate it with that. Why are all these people making U-turns? That was kind of weird. But anyway, you just associate it with that little bit of history. And so I've not been sleeping very well. I've got frickin' migraine, probably from lack of decent sleep, I should say, because just kept waking up and couldn't go back to sleep, and finally fall asleep again, and then wake up again, and just doesn't help that I've got a tumor on my pineal gland, so it's like that causes me to have sleep disturbances constantly anyway. So add to it, you know, the constant fear of, you know, drowning, which I already have a fear of deep water. It's more than 14 inches deep to me. On average. I mean, in the summertime, yeah. But, you know, any other time during the year, it's a little deeper than that. But our end has, you know, been trenched because of all the work that they had to do down there in the creek. What I should do is I should put a video together of all the snapshots that all the pictures that I've taken during that whole thing where they had to rebuild the entire creek bank, and, you know, all the heavy equipment that was in the creek and was trenching our yard and, you know, damaging the grass and so on and so forth. Or the time when the frickin' backhoe caught fire, like right next to some old growth trees that were still standing at the time. Yeah, that was just a nightmare. Stupid neighbor's wife went out and cut all the willows down over on her side of the fence, and killed off all the stuff that was growing, that was put there, that was planted there by Department of Ecology to help, you know, restabilize the bank by creating new growth. She went in and she just took it all out because she wanted the view, and next thing you know, it's like we had undercut all over again. Our yard, what was left of our yard was sliding, and we got this big old massive 100-foot tree in our backyard that's been there for forever, and it's like the house. It was bad enough that the neighbor across the creek, she had a 120-foot tree come down during a really bad windstorm, which coincidentally was really kind of strange because her sister passed away, and she was getting on one of the little puddle jumper flights to go to Eastern Washington, and her husband came home, and he was looking out the kitchen window at 6 o'clock in the morning and noticed, why is there so much light in the house or from this window, and just couldn't figure it out, and was like, holy cow. So then it dawned on him, oh my God, we're missing a tree. And I woke up that morning, and went out and sat on my porch and had my coffee. Hello, Teresa. Um, and all of a sudden I get a phone call from Debbie. Or not Debbie, Debbie's husband, Steve, called and said, there's a tree down and it's on your property now. I'm sending the son-in-law over to come and take care of it. And so I walk around to the side of the house. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? And there's this tree laying right across the koi pond. And I didn't even think about the koi pond at the time. And the son-in-law is like 5'2", maybe 5'3". He didn't know that there was a koi pond there, and I didn't think of it because I was like stressed out over the fact that that thing could have hit our house. It was so close to hitting our house, and almost took out a car, and the side porch, and the tool shed, and I didn't even think about it. He went to stand on the thing with it, and he had a chainsaw in hand and slipped off somehow. Ended up to his nipples in the koi pond, and he's freaking out. And he's soaking wet, and I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, it was. I was upset, but it's like I couldn't help but laugh about it because, while it wasn't funny, he could have gotten injured. It was funny, but I shouldn't have laughed. And Steve laughed about it after the son-in-law went home to go and change clothes and go finish cleaning up this tree. And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a koi pond under there. Sorry, I forgot about it. Ha 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 ha. No, he wasn't laughing. He wasn't laughing, but he was very polite about it. Oh my God, I just wasn't thinking about it. And so they got it all cleaned up and everything and took the tree away, but there was still the piece that was laying across the creek, and Department of Ecology says, nope, it's wildlife habitat now, you got to leave it there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So for like 5 or 6 years, we had this tree laying across the creek that Debbie and I would constantly, laugh about, because it's like, now we have a way to go over to each other's house without having to get out onto the main road and drive around. And we had a good laugh about that for a while. And then finally, the next flood, it took the tree out because another tree was coming down the chute at such a fast pace and the tree was starting to decay, and it broke in half. So it was kind of sitting in, kind of cockeyed. And so, yeah, it was just ridiculous. But later on that day, my mother died. So it was just really bizarre how, Debbie's sister dies during a windstorm, and then my mother died the same evening. So it was like within 12 hours of one another, and it was just it was ridiculous. It's crazy. Just a lot of weird coincidences. Maybe it was my mother's way of giving me the middle finger from beyond grave. I don't know. I don't know. Wow. So you can't really see it, but there's water down here. The river has broken through. And it's just totally flooded that. Because it's like a little gully that we're traveling over the top of. And it's up there, and at least it looks like the apartments are okay. But it looks like the traffic is not doing very well up here. Because up here, at this light, if I wasn't able to drive home that way. It was closed because the water was over the roadway. And it looks like this is just absolute hell. I think I want to take a right-hand turn. Yeah. 167 looks jacked. It's only 6:30. Should have cleared up somewhat by now. Gotta love verticals. Brings out the trolls. I'm sure that Timmy will let me know. Puyallup is pretty much underwater. Yes, I can believe that. I wonder how Orting is doing. Maybe I'll come home that way. Or try to anyway. Puyallup River is really bad. Yeah, it's pretty scary, Teresa. It really is. No? Are you telling me no, don't do it? I even left a half hour early today and was still 1 minute late. Orting is being evacuated. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting on to 167. Nope, it's at a standstill. I'm going to have to go right. I don't want to try Central. So we're going to go this way, see what happens. This is on the way to Carpenito. Oh, man. This is all at a standstill, too. Why? I guess I'm going to be stuck in traffic. Thank goodness I stopped for gas on the way to work this morning. This could be another one of those. You're not going to get home for 3.5 hours. You want to get home? I don't think so. Not today, Satan. Not today. 58 degrees now. Yep, so here's the river. Oh, no. Everybody's making a U-turn. That's awful nice that we, yeah, everybody's making a U-turn right here. They could have put a road closed ahead sign up back there to let everybody know not to do that. Yeah, leave that person plenty of space to... God. All right, so Carpenito is underwater, and it's across the road. I feel bad for, the few houses that are out here. Local access only. So I guess, well, so much for that idea. I thought I was going to be able to... Do I try Central Avenue? I mean, it's pretty high. I'm looking at the river and I can see it. It's not lit up. Alright. So... I'm sure that this side of the river is probably also effed up. We're on Holly Road. Let's see here. I guess I'm gonna I'm just gonna get on the freeway. We. All right. Why? Why? I'm afraid to jump into the carpool lane because they're probably going to say it's going to be $15. I'm trying to be safe. I mean, how much more safe can I be going 3 miles an hour? Oh, there's a crash nearby. Alright, so once when we clear the crash, it'll probably be alright. But the carpool lane is probably, or the carpool lane, the toll lane is probably $15 to travel it, and that's probably where the accident is. Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see. Because I've seen it as high as 25. Alrighty, come on. Dickhead. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna just use the blow-by lane to get past you. This is why we have so many accidents. Nobody knows how to drive in the rain. $15 was the top limit. Okay. Maybe if you get ahead of this semi-truck. Alright, now I'm over here. Now I need to be over one more. Well, this is loads of fun. Hey, there looks like a window of opportunity right up here in front of this Camaro. Or behind the Camaro. I think I'll sneak in behind the Camaro. Because that's a faster car. And it's brand new. Very nice. Okay. I think I only have $8 left on my good to go pass right now. I didn't up it. We'll soon see how much it's going to cost. Besides, that ends abruptly up there at the bridge strike. $1. Where did you see that? I didn't see that. I just went by the sign. I didn't see it. I didn't see it, so I don't believe it. I'm just trying to pay attention right now. They're great big signs. And it's raining out here. STFU. STFU. Timmy. Shame on you. You know I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, let alone read a sign while I'm driving. I mean, ask the butlers. I almost threw them out of the car. And they're probably like, oh man, you probably got home. They're like calling everybody, don't get in the car with Civi driving. Don't let Civi drive you anywhere. She's crazy. All right. Here comes a sign. And I got a Dodge Ram cutting me off. All right, so that one says $1. See, I read it. $1. I'm still not getting over there. And a person with the blinker on can just stay there. See, some douchewad in a semi-truck hit the overpass and damaged the overpass and caused a whole lot of damage. And so the express lane shrinks down, and over on the other side 2 lanes are shut down, and it just totally screws traffic up. Totally screws traffic up. I-90 East closed. Use alternate routes. Use 18. Use alternate routes. I don't know what's going on there. I know that Maple Valley is having some serious problems. Let's see here. I remember back in the day when 167 would flood right at Algona. Everybody would have to either take the exit before and either go up West Valley or cut across into Auburn proper. It's a bit windy out here too. Not only is it pissing down rain, but it's a little bit breezy. The car is getting knocked around a little bit. Well, I read the sign, Timmy. It said I-90 East is closed. Use alternate routes. Scroll back a few minutes, you'll see it. The reader board. So I don't know why they would put it on a southbound. God, you're spicy tonight, Timmy. What the hell is that all about? I'm hungry. You left me here all by myself all night long. All I have are goldfish crackers and gummy bears. Not a thing to eat in this house. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. I wonder how bad 410 is. Where was the closure on 410? Timmy, was it down in the bottom, down at the bottom of Ely, on the straights, going up through Sumner, or was it up on the actual hill itself? That's the question. Left lane closed, 1 mile ahead. Which is the left lane? The left lane or the carpool lane? I wish they would I wish they would be a little bit more specific here. I'm guessing it's probably the carpool lane. I don't know. Yeah, because the bridge strike is up here somewhere. We've had our share of stupid semi-truck drivers. Hey, Simon. We're just cruising right along. Really? Because they've had it's at the carpool lane and it's only for a short period. And you got a whole bunch of construction stuff sitting over there. Oh sure, just move left and then slam on your brakes. Nothing bad could come of it. Jackknobs. I wonder if some of these people realize that there is such a thing as a citation for driving too fast under poor road conditions. I don't think they do. I think I was like 19, maybe 18. I caused an 8-car accident. I don't even think my truck had 2,000 miles on it. Got a ticket for driving too fast for poor road conditions. Should be coming up on the area where it gets pretty murky. Oh my goodness. Stewart Street. It used to be the exit I used to take to go to my other job when I worked at the steakhouse. I don't know. I don't know where it was closed. It was back there a ways. I don't think it was up here. Or maybe it was. I don't know. No, because the carpool lane's gone now. Some idiot on the side of the road, sticking out in the road back there. Sumner Industrial Park. Yeah, it was back there a ways. Looks like they cleaned it all up. I forgot to pick up the signs. That's very possible. So I'm tempted to go check out the River Road. And Timmy's like, no, don't do it. It looks like it's okay out here. Hey Tiffany, we're just driving in this rain, checking it out. Already had to make one little detour because the road was shut down. It's still spitting down rain, as you can see. And we're actually cruising right along at 45 miles an hour, so it's not that bad. Of course, now that I've said that, it's probably going to be at an absolute standstill here in a moment. So I have a event coming up. It's Taste of Tuscany, and it's gonna be insane. So I love cooking Italian food. Made focaccia today for dinner bread service, and everybody seemed to really enjoy that a lot. I was able to get rid of all the leftovers. Oh yeah, I'll take another piece. Yeah, I'll take another piece. Only if you give me extra butter. Yeah, I'll give you extra butter. Well, then I'll take 2. Okay. And more extra butter. Alright, well, this is not something that you usually put butter on, but okay. Oh, you gotta have butter. Not on focaccia. Oh, man. So this is the conga line going to Puyallup. And Bonnie Lake. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how Bonnie... Oh, no, this is all Bonnie Lake. Uh-oh. I might be in for some trouble here. We're slowing down to 35. Sometimes it's pretty bad trying to get up this hill. You know, last night when I was driving this way, I was hydroplaning in a couple spots. Shortly after this, get over? Yes, I can. Do I want to? No, I don't. I'm scared and I just want to go home. In one piece, even. Alright. Is this a water over roadway? Yep. Water over roadway sign. I wish they had like a big flashing arrow that pointed right here. It's right here. But they don't. That's one area that always gets really, really, really bad. The other one's up here around the bend. Valley Avenue, Ording. Four feet of water there 5 hours ago. How the hell did they get the water out of the area, though? This is my question. What do they do? Go in with a giant shop vac, suck all the water up? So it makes no sense, because 5 hours ago it wasn't really raining all that hard. At least not where I was, but usually right about here, just after this overpass, you can get pretty bad. I wonder how the Fred Meyer parking lot looks. That makes sense. So off to the left a little ways was another senior living community that I used to work at. Just before the jail. Man, now it's really dumping. Supposed to get thunderstorm tomorrow. You think the Buckley-Sumner Highway is closed down? Probably. It was closed this morning. They had the road closed. It's probably still closed because they don't do anything about that. It's all swampland. Surprised some developer didn't go and scoop it up and try to build a whole bunch of homes on it. That's how Algona happened. Right there off of the freeway. That wasn't good. How we have standing water on a hill is beyond me. I'm gonna stay in the right lane because left lane usually is where the water accumulates. And now we're coming up onto Bonnie Lake. Oh, that looks pretty. Must have a tight budget this year because they usually put a little bit more Christmas ornaments out there. Oh God, I'm tired. I did not sleep well. And so far so good. Oh my. I don't know if you saw that. Kind of looked like your truck when your whatever the hell it was broke and your frickin' driver's side tire was all cattywampus and no longer facing the proper direction. Timmy, I don't know if you saw that. That was also a Dodge. I wonder if it's just one of those things. I wonder what's going on at the tattoo shop. We got a bus over there. It's all lit up. Lots of cars. I should probably go and check in with my tattoo artist and say, hey, how about we start that new tattoo piece? Okay. I didn't get the text message, Timmy. I could see you saying I'll text her and texted her, but I didn't get a notification on my text message. Anyway, here we are. We're back. All right, are we back now, Timmy? Are we there? All right. All right, so we're back, and we're at the coffee stand where I usually get my morning coffee. Getting ready to hit into the BFE section of Pierce County. I got a cop in front of me. I can't tell where that cop is from. And this is like the back end of Highway 410 out of Bonnie Lake into Buckley. And I know it's pretty dark and dismal and kind of hard to see with headlights coming at you. And at least the roads are clear here. I'm kind of worried about what it's going to look like when I get home. I wonder if I would have enough cell phone signal to take you over to the bridge and go hang out at the bridge for a moment, so you guys can see what that looks like. All right, am I back? Sometimes I get a reconnecting, and sometimes I don't, and I'll just keep going on and on and on and on. And it's like, okay, I'm back. All right. So, beep, beep, beep. Oh, I'm crossing the lane. Up here is a little U-fish pond at the RV park. Sometimes that ends up out in this roadway. Maybe that's where the blockage was. Although there is a little dip over here. And I got a truck riding my ass. Knock it the hell off, dude. Times like this when I wish I had a strobe light to aim out my back window. Okay, so he's backed off, realizing that there is a car in front of me. He's not going to get around me. Like I said, some people... That green building there with all the Christmas lights, that's a pot shop, by the way. Alright, so this intersection sometimes gets really nasty. Let's see. How's it doing? It's okay. It's alright. So far, so good. Alright. Go around the corner. You know, one of the things I love about living out here is actually quiet. Not a lot of things happen out here. Oh, somebody hit the stop sign. What would be really cool is that herd of elk comes walking across the road. You guys can sit here and watch that for a half hour as they pass through. They don't usually pass through until about like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Usually when we're trying to make a last minute run to Dairy Queen before they close. Then on our way back, they're coming back across the road. It's kind of funny. They're like, oh, never mind, we don't want to go that way. Let's go back. They should be heading back from Dairy Queen by now. This is right about the area right here is where the elk just comes traipsing through. hundreds of them, literally hundreds. Literally takes them a half hour just to cross the road. As they slowly mean mug you as they walk across. Of course. All right. Volcano evacuation route. Wilkeson, Carbon River Ranger Station. We'll go that way to Buckley. We're not going to Buckley. "13 miles to the ranger station. Road closed 5.5 miles. Oops. Driving the shoulder again. Entering Burnett. If you blink, you'll miss it. No gas after Burnett. The last gas station, $4.05 for unleaded. That's cash price. All right, and we just passed Burnett. That was it. That was Burnett. We'll be coming up on the whorehouse here in a moment. There's the whorehouse. Yeah. So far, so good. I wish there wasn't a car in front or behind me. I stopped right on the bridge. There's no place to pull over. Carbonado's Saloon sign. It looks pretty quiet here. Anyway, I'm going to end this stream. Thanks a lot for hanging out. I'll go out in the backyard in the morning and show you all that. Oh wow, that vacant property is full of water.